In order to install Eclipse, we need two things that need to be installed. The first one might very well be installed on your computer already. That's the basic version of Java. Ideally, you have a Java Developer Edition, more than just the runtime edition that's out there. And so to get that, we can go off to the Oracle site and look for the Java downloads. You can see the URL up here, and you can find that link out there by searching or through some other reference. But essentially, from the Oracle site, we're in the Java Standard Edition downloads area. And we want to download the JDK, the Java Developers Kit that's out there. So when we click on that, that's going to give us access to all the development tools. And we download the version that we want, according to the machine we want. So we need to accept the license agreement. And then if you're a Linux machine, you pick one of these. If you're a Mac, you're inside of here. Solaris, you're there. And then for Windows, you're either on an old-fashioned 32-bit machine, for Windows, or if you have a newer machine, probably a 64-bit machine. That's based off your processor that's running. If you're not sure about that, you can find that out by doing some searches inside your Windows properties and whatnot. So here, I'm going to download this version right here, the Java 64-bit edition, and I'm going to let that go, and we'll come back to that in a second. Okay, I've downloaded the file now. Took a minute or so, not too bad. And so when I go through, I can look at the downloads I have. I'm in Chrome here. There's a number of ways you can do it. And it'll also show up down here at the bottom for you typically as well. I just want you to see I have the file downloaded. It's in my downloaded folder, and I can click on it from here and run it. At this point, I hit yes, and on my machine I have it already installed. So it'll ask you, hey, do you want to reinstall this? And that's fine as well. If you don't have it installed, it'll just go through a series of steps that'll be pretty much the same. You're just hitting next a few times, just like we will here as it comes up. So it's going to take us and walk us through this. Do we want to install it? Yes. It has options here for what you want to install. There's no reason to mess with this unless you really know what you're doing. So just go ahead and hit next on this one as well. Now it's going to go through and it's going to update and install all this stuff. Not going to take too long, so we'll let it extract the installer and finish this part of it. And there, it's done. Next steps just opens up a web page. Don't need to do anything there. We are done with Java install, and hit close. Yours may or may not be that quick. It's okay. My machine's very, very quick, and as I said, has it installed on it already. Your machine might have it installed already, and that's fine. You can reinstall it, won't hurt anything, or you can just run with the one you have, and it should be fine. Okay, so past that, we need to go down to Eclipse. So once you have Java installed, or you probably can start this download beforehand while you're working on Java, because it'll take a while, you can come to eclipse.org and then go to the downloads link. Downloads link up here. And it'll show you a lot of different versions of Eclipse. Eclipse is a very flexible tool that has a lot of plugins that makes you be able to do a bunch of different things. You'll actually see here on my machine, I have a version of Eclipse that's for Android. I have a version of Eclipse that's for the web. And this is a base version that's out there as well, for being able to just do some basic Java stuff and hibernate. So I'm actually going to download an extra version of Eclipse just simply for the class here. Clean install, the same as what you would have going on. So I do that by picking, again, my 32 or 64-bit version, version I want. And from there, I get a mirror that I need to choose. So the mirror here is going to be up to where you are and randomly distributed who people are. And so you click on this, and it's going to start the download. You can see go to the next page, and it starts to download from there. So I'm going to let that go. And that file took a while. It's a bit bigger of a file, and the mirrors may not be quite as fast as the Oracle one is. And so I have my Eclipse. I can now click on this, and it's a zip file, so it's going to open this up with just one simple folder inside of here. This one simple folder holds everything we need. Nothing that we have to install. No install shields to mess with or anything like that. So what I want to do is pick a place for it to go. And I've chosen C program files. And so all I have to do from here is take Eclipse, the folder in the zip file, drag it and drop it to here, and it's going to copy everything over. And once it's copied over, I'm actually ready to go. So let me go ahead and do that and let it copy everything over now. So notice it's asking me for permissions. That's totally okay. I'm going to hit continue and let that go because I'm an administrator and I know what I'm doing, and this is a good thing. So go ahead and let that happen. All right, so I have my Eclipse folder here. If I look inside of here, take 3. Okay, so I have my Eclipse folder here. If I double click and look inside of here, you can see there's a bunch of folders, but most importantly, there's the application we're going to run. Now, in order to run this more than once, I don't want to have to come to this folder every time. I'm going to right click on this file and drag myself over here and let go of the right click. And then you can see it gives me a menu here, which I want to create a shortcut here. And so I can rename the shortcut wherever I want to, or I can leave it as it is. I can have Eclipse. I can have Eclipse CTU is what I'm going to create this time. It doesn't matter what it's named. It just ties you to this executable over here. So if I start that up, ask me, do I want to run this? And it goes off there. There's actually a little checkbox. You can have it stop each time to ask you from that. And then we will pick it up in another session from here to explain where to go.